Hello, everyone. We are jumping on for my self-publishing Q&A live series where we go over my 52 weeks worth of strategies to write, publish, and start selling your book in a year in 52 weeks. We are on week 45, which means we're talking about pre-order launch preparations. You have officially entered the last 2 months of the year, and I want to congratulate you for making this far. First, I want you to celebrate this moment. Very, very, very few people get to this point in their writing journey, and I hope that you recognize how extraordinary you are. And I would like to pause here for a 10-second happy dance. All right, I kind of needed that. Okay, so second, this is the week to start preparing for your book's pre-order launch. Remember when I said in week 18, like really a long time ago, that we would worry about creating the product page for your book information later on? The time is nigh. The web page is going to require several elements. Number one, your book's cover art. Number two, a 100 to 150 word description of your book. Number three, links to buy. 4, reader reviews. 5, genre, tropes, and content warnings. And 6, the usual header and footer menus. If you are missing any of these elements, you want to take care of them this week. For the description, you likely wrote one as part of your beta reader application form that you created in week 39. Remember when we did that? Return to that and revise it according to the feedback and reviews that you have received from your readers at this point in the year. They probably identified trends, themes, and plot points that you didn't previously see yourself, so you can update your description with their perspectives in mind. Remember, we're talking to the reader when we are writing our descriptions. What would they want to know about our book? Usually that will be conveyed to you some way, somehow, in how your beta readers describe, respond, and review the manuscript that you sent them. For your links to buy, you are going to set up the e-commerce application that you chose for your website in week 18 when we were talking about setting up our websites. In WordPress, if you decided to go with WordPress, this will likely be WooCommerce. In Shopify, this will simply involve creating a product for your Shopify store. You will need to connect your website and applications to your bank account and give them the relevant legal business information, as well as set up your tax code and shipping requirements on the back end. Yes, you should set up tax rates for all 50 states if you're in the United States, even if you are selling ebooks. If you have trouble with this, I recommend reaching out to your website developer and or the platform that you chose to host your website and ask them for their help desk, someone in customer service, to give you specific instructions. When you sell a digital product like an ebook, you still have to charge sales tax on it. If you are selling a physical book, you still have to charge sales tax on it. Your website, your e-commerce application, will hopefully track all of the sales tax data for you on the back end. If not, you have to track it yourself. Once tax time comes around, whether you pay taxes quarterly or annually, depending on what your local tax codes are, you will have to deliver some amount of that sales tax to the relevant governmental bodies. Some states, most states, honestly, don't require you to send sales tax payments if the sales within that particular state are under, I think it's like 100,000 a year, 200,000 a year, or something like that. It's a really big bar. You will likely just be paying sales tax or business and occupation taxes in your local tax codes, but you want to be better safe than sorry and track all of this stuff anyway. That's why having these back-end structures set up ahead of time is going to really help you at this point in the year. Ideally, we already have our business identification numbers, whether you decided to go with a sole proprietorship or an LLC. Your website and e-commerce information is going to want that information. Ideally, you already have your bank accounts set up as well. Your e-commerce application and your website platform are also going to want that information. And ideally, you have some sort of financial tracking system built up on the back end, whether that's bookkeeping yourself, whether that's using QuickBooks Online, whether it's just using a simple spreadsheet. That's honestly what I use these days, just to make sure that you are paying the right amounts to the right governmental bodies, because we don't want to get audited. So if you are selling ebooks, I recommend setting the price at $5.99. If you are selling hardbacks, I recommend setting the price at $39 for pre-orders. If you are selling paperbacks, I recommend setting it at $29 for pre-orders. This is because we typically include additional perks for pre-orders in the delivery of the order to incentivize purchases prior to the official publication date. We want to give something special so that people buy the book before the official publication date. I usually recommend providing bonuses like personalizing and signing the books. That's a really easy go-to, as well as sending a branded bookmark along with the printed copies. For ebooks, you could offer a friends and family discount so that your pre-order customers could give out the discount to other people that they think that might be interested in your book. For my hardback pre-orders, I even include archival art prints of character art that I've commissioned for the book. This is another project that I commission from my cover artist or from another character artist that I find out there on the internet. And it usually costs me between $200 to $350 for the character art to be created. And then the archival art prints cost me about $6 each to print. And so when I'm selling them on my website, I price them about $10, so I get some profit off of it. But you can also include that as a bonus in your hardback, special pre-order packages. But it's up to you. What you decide to include in your pre-orders, just make sure that it's something that your readers will want. You could even poll your audiences to see what kinds of bonuses they would want to reduce the amount of decisions that you have to make yourself. Ask them, they'll tell you, it's great. The price of your printed books after pre-orders end, so this is like the regular retail price, non-pre-order price, it's going to depend on how much it costs to produce the book on the publishing platform that you chose, which is directly related to the size and the length of your book, which will be determined during the formatting process in weeks 48 and 49. So we don't have that specific information just yet. Don't worry about setting the standard retail price right now. We're only looking at pre-order prices this week. Taxes and shipping are ideally going to be added automatically at checkout using whatever e-commerce platform you choose to use, as long as you've set it up on the back end. Just make sure that both sales tax and shipping is being included on orders on the back end of your website and your e-commerce application. This also means that you need to figure out what shipping supplies you will need in order to fulfill those pre-order purchases. This is another reason why the pre-order price is higher than the standard retail price, because you need to carry the upfront costs of boxes, labels, tape, and or tissue paper, those bookmarks if you include them, the art prints if you include them, any special bonuses that you put into the box, you have to pay upfront for. And hopefully that pre-order price covers the cost of that. So even though you don't know what the specific size and length of your book is yet, you can guess. You can order free packs of flat rate shipping boxes from the United States Postal Service online. Those are free to order. You can order like packs of 10, 25, 50, I think, online for free of the priority mail boxes. And you'll probably be looking at their priority mail flat rate small box if you're doing paperbacks, or a priority mail box 1096L, which is a specialized size, if your book is going to be around the standard trade sizes, which is like 5x8 or 6x9. But again, do the research. I actually ended up buying my boxes through Staples, out of all places, because they offered the cheapest rates for I think I have a 9x6x4 box that I use. And that allows me to use the box for one book or multiple books if I need to put multiple books into an order. And it usually costs less to ship that plain brown box than a priority mail box from the post office. So do your research, check your costs, make sure that you are budgeting accordingly. For reader reviews, these are fairly straightforward. I asked that my beta readers provide me with both a long and a condensed version of their reviews so that I had options. Most customers are not going to want to read a book review that is more than a paragraph long. Probably they're not going to read reviews that are more than 2 sentences long. So I only included the condensed reviews on my book's webpage. Those 1 to 2 sentence reviews that I asked them to make of the condensed version of their reviews. The longer reviews are great for your marketing content and can be made into images, videos, or audio sound bites. Just make sure that you link the reviews to the beta readers' profiles, their social media profiles, ideally those with the highest follower accounts. So for example, I linked one review to a reader's Instagram account that has 34,000 followers, one review to a reader's Amazon author page, and then one review to the reader's TikTok account that has 16,000 followers. So in that beta reader application that you made, ideally you're asking them what their major platforms are. So then you can link directly to those platforms and increase the credibility of their review on your book's webpage. This is social proof in action and demonstrates that the reviews are coming from readers who actually know what they're talking about. For genre, tropes, and content warnings, these are also mostly straightforward. Look up popular books that are similar to yours, also known as comparable titles or comp titles, and see what they list for genre, tropes, and content warnings. If you're having trouble coming up with ideas, you can check out tvtropes.org. That is a great, very exhaustive, comprehensive list of tropes. And I also ask my beta readers to give me a list of tropes that they saw in the books when they were reading through them as well. You are also going to want to list these elements in the book descriptions when you upload the manuscript to your publishing platform at the end of the year. So don't be tempted to skip this step. This is an important step. The metadata for your keywords, for your tropes, for your genre, very, very, very important. So don't skip this step. Finally, make sure that you state on this product page that you're making for your website that pre-orders have an expected delivery date of fill in the blank. If all things go according to plan, you should be able to send your pre-orders out the week after your publication date, which is going to be week 53. But I always recommend giving yourself a buffer week or 2 for unexpected mishaps. It's going to happen. Ideally, I try to give myself at least 3 weeks between when I upload the book files to my publishing platform and when the official publication date, at least 3 weeks, if not longer, between those two, because that gives me enough time to order proofs, review proofs, and make sure that everything is going according to plan before the official publication date. But do you, boo. You get to set it up the way that you want to. For beta reader reviews, once you have the product webpage set up, your beta readers can start sharing their reviews with their audiences. This means that you have to provide them with 3 things. Number 1, a link to that product webpage. 2, your cover art images. And 3, a posting schedule. Many beta readers will ask for your cover art because it provides them with a professional and branded images to accompany their reviews when they post them to their profiles. So you should have your cover art ready for them in multiple formats: landscape, portrait, and square. Landscape is horizontal, portrait is vertical, and then square is square. You know what a square is. You will also want to stagger the posting schedule so that reviews are published in an organized manner. Ideally, you want at least 1 review to be posted to at least 1 platform each week this month. Most of your beta readers will probably have multiple profiles, so this will be hopefully easy to accomplish. So let's say, for example, that you have 3 beta readers and they each have 2 profiles. That's 6 different opportunities to get in front of their audiences. So maybe in week 45, which is this week, you have reader 1 post to their first profile. And then next week, week 46, you have reader 2 post to their first profile. And week 47, you can have reader 3 post to their first profile. You can also double up that week and have reader 1 post to their second profile as well. See how we're staggering it? You can double up on some weeks, like I said, with week 47, or you can stretch them out into the weeks following the pre-order launch. It's up to you how you want to distribute the reviews. Some people put them all in the week leading up to launch so that it's like high density review generation. But I like to stretch it out a little bit and like extend the visibility opportunities there. The point is to space them out so that they all don't drop in one single day. If they drop all in one single day, it gets lost in the noise, right? You want to show consistent visibility, not just one big lump of visibility. This also gives you some buffer room in case one of them is running behind on getting you their deliverables, which happens. You will also be reposting their reviews on your own profiles on the days that they publish them to maximize reach. You want to give your audiences the impression that people are talking about your book on a wide scale. Like, dude, they seem to be everywhere these days. That is the name of the game as we are leading up to launch, is visibility, visibility, visibility. So that means on social media, that means on podcasts, that means in videos, that means in networking meetings, that means at in-person events. However you can stack your visibility opportunities leading up to launch, the better that launch is going to be. Speaking of, as I said, this is the time to fill your schedule with as much networking events, interviews, etc. from now until the end of the year. Initiate as many conversations as you can and become top of mind for your audiences. You want to be capital VISIBLE, visible. This is not the time to hide away in your writer's cage. We are spending all of our extroversion tokens in these weeks and months leading up to launch. We are going to probably need to retreat to our writer's cave after launch, but leading up to launch is key. So your exercise for this week is to set up your book's product webpage and beta review posting schedule. Also look at filling your schedule with conversation and networking opportunities. However you can become visible in the weeks and months leading up to launch. Next week, for week 46, it's going to be our last editing week of the year. So stay tuned for that. I'll also talk about optional things that you can be considering at this time if your to-do list isn't busy enough. But in the meantime, please do hit me up if you have any questions. That's what I'm here for. I believe in you, I'm rooting for you, and I know you can do it. Take care, guys.